Yeah, more than 500 employees woke up with a text from Paycom telling them not to go into work today. The company terminated what they call the back office roles and replaced those jobs with AI. Employees tell me this is a slap in the face they never saw coming.
You could tell they were just reading off of a script. It didn't feel heartfelt at all. I was crying. I was crying the entire time.
The payroll software company says they're restructuring, replacing non-client-facing roles with AI technology.
We're all client-facing, so if Paycom said it wasn't, that's not true. You can say the word automation all day long, but it's like, is it for our clients? It's not for us. Is it for us? I don't know. Is it going to make my job process easier? Or is it going to eliminate my job? I never thought it would happen to me.
Very powerful words, right? I never thought it would happen to me. This video today is going to talk about the job market and how crazy it is. More importantly, the role that artificial intelligence, large language models specifically, is going to play going forward. And this is somewhat of a trumpet to get you to pay attention to what's going on. Because as the young lady said, she never thought that AI would replace her position. And really it didn't. It's the folks at the company that are looking for efficiencies to maximize their bottom line. Before I go any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert, for those of you that don't know. And on this channel, my goal is to simplify the home loan process. How do I do so? By bringing videos like this with current relevant topics to help get your attention so that those of you that are looking to get on the property ladder can choose wisely with whom you want to partner with to help you do so. I'm a lender for the last 20 years. My NMLS license number is 180100. And if you'd like to reach out to me, my contact information is in the description below. So as we go forward, here's the goal of the video. Again, to get your attention so you can start paying attention to your current employer to see if anything's going on. Number two, to help you identify if your company may be in the current works of replacing some what they call non-client facing, non-essential, redundant task roles over to AI, because as time goes forward, AI is becoming more and more proficient and efficient. And so you have to be aware of what's going on so you don't get caught off guard. In fact, if you watch the video here that I did yesterday, towards the end of the video, the gentleman gave 7 signs that you should be paying attention to see if your company is about to downsize. Let's move forward.
Grant, you spoke to one person who was let go. What did they have to say?
I saw a good amount of cars kind of looping around, so I figured maybe it was just a badge issue, or it was like a work from home day and I got lucky on my first day back.
But it wasn't the luck he was hoping for. Ashton Slagley serves in our nation's armed forces and just got back from deployment today, only to find out he's no longer employed at Paycom.
Took the badge and they told me you were supposed to get a Zoom meeting to attend this morning. I told them I couldn't get into the Zoom meeting because all my accounts are locked. And then they told me that I could not get on but to call HR and then work from there. I personally did not think that myself or my fellow team members were going to get into a situation where our functions would be automated, just kind of inherent to the nature of that role. So I didn't see that coming. No.
Paycom says the restructuring is due to efficiencies in advanced automation and AI-driven technologies, but Slagley thinks that doesn't constitute getting rid of entire positions.
I don't think that there's a lot of jobs that could be fully automated with 100% trust by anything or any solution that exists. I think that the idea is that automation removes the mundane or repetitive tasks, not the positions as a whole.
So here we go again, another employee that did not expect or think that this could happen to them. So that's the first thing I want you guys to understand. It could happen to all of us. In fact, Paycom, their initial public offering, their IPO, was April 15th, 2014, meaning they're a publicly traded company. Ticker symbol PAYC, capital PAYC. Now, this isn't investment advice. This is just for us to learn together how we need to go about evaluating the company, the jobs that we go to on a daily basis, and not just being sheeple, but being valuable, productive employees that are commiserate of our pay and salaries and everything that we get, benefit, but also not going to sleep. Because as soon as you become publicly traded, then the goal is to make a profit. The fastest way to increase profits or decrease losses is get rid of overhead, either capital expenditures like offices and things of that nature, or employees. So HR is not your friend. And the company, again, it's a transaction. You provide your service, they give you a paycheck. That's how I want you to look at it. Okay. Now you have to start watching the C-suite, the folks that are making the decisions. Whenever there are changes, you need to pay attention. Again, go back to the video that we did yesterday. I'll put it here, and watch the last portion. The gentleman gave 7 things for you to keep an eye on. And I think that's sage. We don't just come here to talk. We're really trying to help the community. I digress. So now there was a shakeup, okay, within the past year in the C-suite. All right. So you got a new chief financial officer, CFO. You got a new technology officer, or CTO. And then you got a new CAO. If you guys have missed earnings over the last 2 quarters, then everybody has to start taking stock of your individual performance. It's literally Houston, we have a problem moment. 5 alarm and start evaluating what your role is. Is it really essential for the mission at hand? And the mission at hand is to make money. If what you're doing can be replaced, then you need to take stock of that. Better yet, if you're still employed somewhere, don't go to sleep. Don't be naive. Just because you're not dealing with the large language models doesn't mean it's not happening. That's something else that I would advise everybody to do. From OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, there's a ton of models out here. And we'll over time see who are going to be the big dogs, if you will. But you have to start implementing, playing with those types of things so you can see how to become more efficient yourself. So judge thyself and don't look in the mirror and say to yourself, we'll never be replaced, because you just heard 2 people respectfully say that they thought it would never happen to them. It could happen to all of us. Last thing I'll say is this, and you'll start hearing me say this more and more with these types of videos that I'm doing. If you're someone that is 45 years or older and you have 20 plus years of experience doing something, you might want to grab a microphone. This is a Samsung Q2U, very inexpensive. Get your cell phone if you don't want to do this route, and start teaching. Teaching what? Listen to all of the problems that are out here. Better yet, if you have a business that you do on a daily basis, like I help people secure home loans for residential real estate, this is a great medium to amplify your message, to introduce you to other people. Okay. Don't knock it unless you do your research. So I would say pray first. Then if you get the okay, right, then do your due diligence. If this is not the avenue, find a second or third source of income, because that's the times that we're going into now, because it's compression is happening. The technology is getting rid of a lot of the mundane or the redundant, not mundane and redundant tasks that a lot of people have been able to do over the last 50 years. And I'm not saying everything is going to be done away with. And I'm not saying that we're all hopeless. As long as the Lord allows this thing to go on, these new technologies will open up new avenues, but you got to open up your mind. I just gave you an example of one. Let's move forward.
The company says they're offering severance packages, outplacement services, and access to internal job opportunities. News 4 tried speaking to affected employees, but they're bound by confidentiality agreements.
Not only can companies do that, most big companies do that. Ordinarily, it's to protect trade secrets. It's not unusual that companies would tie a severance package to an NDA. What they're trying to do is to make sure the employees have an incentive to not go out and violate the NDA.
One employee anonymously sharing how she found out, saying, "I received a text message at 5 a.m. this morning alerting me not to come into the office. At that point, I reached out to my supervisor who didn't know what was going on. When trying to access their communication software, she was locked out, her company laptop saying return the device to IT. When going to the office, she was turned away and her badge confiscated. A Zoom meeting later confirmed her job was eliminated."
An employer can let an employee go for just about any reason they want. And so, a Paycom employee is going to have a really uphill battle trying to defeat Paycom for the layoff.
I've reached out to the mayor's office, governor's office, and the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission to see if they have any comment about the layoffs and the potential impacts of AI in the workforce here in the state.
If you have a severance package on the table and you've signed a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, don't get on the news and talk to the news. Trust me, the technology is here so they can decode who that is that you think is being anonymous. And people know how you talk. They know your tone. They can find out who you are. So if you sign an NDA, honor the NDA. Okay. The second gentleman, I don't think he was going to get one. That's why he was showing his face. And if he messed up, hopefully they won't watch the news because they won't pay you. And that is the bridge that's covering the breach. That 10 weeks could be very beneficial while you either retrain or get to school or find your next opportunity. Lastly, the last thing that the reporter said, and all three of these reporters, 3 stations did an excellent job covering it, but the governor don't care. He's going to side with Paycom because that's who's helping him get into office. And that's my opinion. I could be wrong. The senators, the governors, and all that, this is capitalism. They don't care. So what we have to do is we have to pay attention to what's going on and be proactive and not reactive. Remember, proactivity is a wealth characteristic. Whatever wealth is to you, whatever that definition, it's not always a dollar amount or a certain amount, okay? So there you have it. Hopefully you learned something from this video. And if you did, let me know in the comments if you have some things for us to be on the lookout for, those of us that have employers, that you think we should be paying attention to, that might be canaries in the coal mine, if you will, for change a coming, or how to entrench yourself in the company that you're in, how to make yourself so valuable that you're not a part of these restructurings, if you will, when they come, because they come all the time. Let us know in the comment section. I thank you in advance, and I know those that are watching the video, they'll help as well. If you are wanting to get onto the property ladder, residential real estate, and you would like to have a conversation first to see if we might be a fit, my contact information is in the description of the video below. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound. And before you get out of here, take a look at this video right up here. And until the next time, indeed, y'all stay blessed.